Hello, my friends. Welcome back in. It's the end of year 10. That's what we're here for. Couple things of business, catch up notes, if you will. Had a comment on the end of year 9 by Trooper, and this is valid. I'm not doing this to poke fun at Trooper. I'm just trying to justify my existence here. He said we couldn't even see the table of Parma's last season or any games they played once. The same with Poland games during the last half of the year. That's my bad. I think I mentioned this in this series. I know I mentioned it in the Cabo series, so I'm sorry if I didn't mention it here. I essentially was on vacation for like the last week and a half. I actually am back to I'm recording on a Friday. I don't know when this will probably come out tomorrow. I'm still on vacation today, but I'm trying to get back in the content seat and all that kind of stuff. But I really need a vacation. So we had some people saying like, hey, a 10-minute video on the season wasn't long enough. I miss you doing 20-minute videos or 25-minute videos. Obviously, that's when we had more managers that were, not sacked and disappearing. And then obviously that. So that's why I was rushing to try and get content ready to so that you guys wouldn't miss any videos. And it was easier to do it a season at a time rather than going like, well, maybe this goes a little bit longer and hey, let's go ahead and put it into a 2-season episode or something like that. So what we're going to do in this episode, this is year 10. We're going to go back. Sorry, I just hit the mic. We'll look at the Poland games, the last half of the year, and we'll look at Parma, and we'll look at their games and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to sort that out. We'll show that, and then we're going to do year 10. And then moving forward, most likely we'll do 2 seasons at a time, like year 11 and 12, and so on and so forth. So I just want to let you know that that was what was going on, and that's why I was trying to rush. And anytime you're rushing, sometimes I wasn't intentionally trying to cut corners. I was just forgetting because I was like, okay, I got to get this stuff recorded and then I got to edit it and then I got to upload it and I got to schedule everything and get the thumbnails done and all that kind of stuff for literally like 9 or 10 days worth of videos. So, had a great time, much more refreshed, all that kind of stuff. Only other piece of news is I am going to be putting out a video soon about Patreon and my plans for FM20. If you want to support the channel financially, it's patreon.com/grayhairgaming. I just pointed down. I didn't describe what I was doing, did I? There's a link in the description to do that. Also, if you haven't purchased FM20 yet, you can do it. I just did it through 2Game. I don't get the affiliate commission for my own purchase, but it's still a better deal than buying it on Steam. And it's a legitimate resource. It's already in my Steam catalog. I mean, it's like grayed out, right? Like because they haven't released it and it's, when release date comes and the beta comes out, everybody gets access to it, but you go ahead and get your code. So that was another thing. If you've already purchased through my affiliate link with 2Game, make sure you go into your order history and you could see, right? Like you can get the code there and go ahead and put it into your Steam so that's available. So that having been said, let's go take a look at what Parma and Poland, and I'll show that to you here in just a second. Actually, we'll do that at the end because I can't remember where things were from like managers moving around. So let's go look at all the managers and then we'll go back and look. First up is Pekka. Pekka! I forgot when it was in 2026. August. 23 months have gone by. It's not the best. Mateus has a new gig. He's with ATM, which I'm sure doesn't mean automatic teller machine. He signed the contract in December of last year. So obviously 6 months after we recorded the episode, $11,250 a week. Going until the end of the, so you got a 1-year gig. 1-year gig. Look at this. That is really good manager stats or attributes. Ooh, someone just, whatever the opposite of a football manager, angel getting its wings, whenever you call these stats instead of attributes. Okay, so he signed in December. Okay, last season, so it's a calendar year season. They finished 6th. My daughter is screaming her head off. She apparently was lovely for both my parents and my wife's parents while we were gone, and now she's back to form, rounding into form. They finished 16th last season, currently 11th. We'll look at the preseason if that's an okay. I mean, it's early, right? Okay, 7 points, but you're a couple losses away from being, but 2-1-2 with a -3 goal differential. Season preview. expected to be 13th. And pretty far off, right? 101 odds versus 36 to 1 odds off of 11th. But, you know, a solidly 13th, right? Because 301 is also pretty far away. I mean, in comparison, right? So anywhere, I think he gets a bonus if he's here. Anywhere from 8th to 13th. So they're hoping for 13th to give him a bonus. So the fact that we're 11th isn't terrible, right? He's 65% win ratio, 21, 5, and 6 because there's all the cup things. Okay, so rocked and rolled in the Minas State. Brazilian Cup. I'm sorry if you can hear my daughter screaming at my wife. I have tried to help. That's what the pause in recording was, so I'm not just leaving it to her. Lost to ATP on a 4-1 aggregate scoreline. ATP currently 2nd. So fair enough. You made it to the Brazilian Cup 5th round. Lost in the Minas State final on a 3-2 aggregate scoreline against Cruzeiro. That's right. Currently 4th. Okay, that's kind of, I think you'd expect that. AMG, where are they right now? Currently 15th, so got past them, as you do. But doing all right. Did he bring in any massive transfers? Okay, signed at the end of he signed when? The 3rd. I knew there was a 3 in there, so I would make sure. So he comes in and he immediately drops some cash, or maybe they already had it set up. I'm not sure. Francisco Giromata. Yeah, he's got 5 starts out of 666. Not what you want to see from your right back. Probably the starting right back, right? Who knows? No one knows. And then Julio Cesar Jackson, a defensive midfielder who has only had 4 substitute appearances on a 657. These are not great signings, you could argue. Fabio from the Montreal Impact. Now, wait a minute. That rings a bell for some reason. Did he play? 2022. Was he the manager then? He was. Now, okay, that's December 21st. The name was ringing a bell, so I'm not sure when he joined. Okay, milestones. I guess we could look at milestones. No, this was afterwards. But he was on contract. He knows him, but he's like, hey, bring him back. So, and he has not played in the league, so I guess he had 4 in the state championship. Who knows? Wait, am I in the right year? Okay, that was Chapecoense, and then Daniel Cabral, the former teammate, coming in. Yeah, 5 starts on a 708. Much better defensive midfielder signing. Loaning Valmir, striker. Okay, 1 substitute appearance. Tino, 5 starts on a 6. Not great. The defense looks a little lacking, but has done some business. Sold some players, 3.5. That's interesting. They're kind of swapping funds back and forth here with Chapecoense. Loaning out some players. I mean, that's a lot of... I mean, that's good business, right? Like, it seems to me that Mateus has loaned out players before and done some good business with it. So we'll have to see how it works out for him. Right now, it's close. The margins are close, but I think you could say he's doing what was expected, right? Like, he's 1 point ahead of what's expected. So if he can stay in this zone, he'll be all right. Maybe? Jakob. Just got sacked. Finished 12th. Did he get sacked because they got relegated? Nope. They're still there. Still there. Oh, no. No, not like this, boys. He actually made it. That's harsh. Made it in the promotion stage and got wrecked by the much better teams. But, like, am I crazy in thinking 12, 6, wait. Oh, no. I'm mixing him up with somebody else. So I guess he had been here. Why am I not remembering that? So it is a bit of a drop. 6th down to 12th is quite not great, you could say. Never no real transfer support. Brought in a loan. He ends up with 4 years is a long, essentially a half years is a long time. 42% win ratio, 66, 37, 54. Just wasn't getting it done. Maybe they're fearing the next time they're going to be in the relegation spots, and that's not, they can't handle that. So the question becomes then, where is he? Can he get a job somewhere else? He's not wanted right now. He wants to be a manager, wants to stay in that vein. Again, I think he's decent enough, but he's 40. I mean, that's like he's old, right? Like he's a manager. 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 narrow. What will he do next, my friends? Oh, that's still kind of sad. He just couldn't get over the hump. Greener pastures, maybe? I'm very confused. Spaceman Extreme is now with Cesena. Is that how you say it? Probably not. He just signed with them. Oh, he got sacked out. Okay. Less than a year after taking over with Parma. And I know we will look at the Poland results. Okay. 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 Parma. Okie dokie. Wait a minute. Okay. He ends up with 34% win ratio, 13, 6, and 19. He got them promoted. Or was it him, or were they already in really good position? Debatable. And then I guess they weren't happy that they got relegated. I mean, they got relegated in 20th. Was it close? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, it's A. There's too many. Yeah, it wasn't really close. 9 points off safety. No playoffs, just a straight down you go. Negative 32 goal differential is second worst in the league. 7, 7, and 24. Yeah. So it goes down. I'm just kind of curious with Parma. Did he get... What were the transfers like? My daughter is freaking out. This is amazing. I apologize. Lots of loans. Bringing in lots of loans. Goodness, 130K per month. Some of these names may mean more to you than they do to me, but... And all from all over, too. Some Ajax, some Mold, some Napoli, obviously Italian clubs. Okay. And then loaned out a bunch of players themselves, which is kind of interesting, but that's still harsh though, right? Like you went down, he brought you back up, you go down again, granted, in 20th versus 18th, but it doesn't matter. You weren't 17th the last time, right? Like you still went down, but they still pull the trigger and make the change. Cesena. I'm sorry. Isn't it great when you want sugar, like pure sugar, and you're not allowed to have it, and you get upset? So here's, just looking at this, what I'm worried about. They just went from 10th to promotion via the playoffs. So what are the expectations, right? Like that's a concern, right? So last guy left, promoted. Oh, I guess it was straight up, whatever. 109, 47, 71. Not a bad record over almost 6 years. Where did he go? The old managerial swap. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? After 6 years, you finally get them promoted. And he's like, mate, I'm a Serie B manager. And he says, see ya. I'm headed back to Parma, who's going back down. And the Parma manager who gets sacked by Parma goes to the promoted club. I'm a bit befuddled, to be honest with you. 1,000 to 1. That's not good. Like, it's not like there is some definitive distance between these two and everybody else. And really, you could argue up until about 16th, it's anybody's. I mean, some results going right, but I mean, he just signed. Did he bring in anybody? No. Oh, maybe he did. Brings in Roberto Perfetti. He's a winger. How's he done in his... Oh, he's been alone and then didn't... Oh, okay. He actually looks like a tasty little nugget, if I do say so myself. Now, this is in Serie C, and this is in Serie B, but, you know, maybe he's got a chance, Roberto. And then went ahead and let Fabio Cortinovos go. He's 5'10". Logical. So, okay, we figuring out the rest of the squad. There's, look how big you people talking about my squad's being too big. I'm just going to say there's a lot going on in Italy. I'm sorry, she's losing her mind right now. Okay, so anyway, 4-2-3-1 direct, 4-3-3 narrow. It's a 1-year deal. No clauses for avoiding relegation or, like, you know, a wage drop for being relegated. So I'm just curious what their expectations are. That's a big jump. Like that, like, I mean, maybe they did a great job, or maybe it took that long for the previous manager to build the club, right? And build up the roster, and then they made a big jump. But, like, are you really expecting them to stay up? Okay. And then Poland, since you guys were asking, okay, it was like 2026, whatever. Okay, let's go look at the managers first. He left in July 12th, 2026. So he left before this game. I thought I showed this to you. I apologize if I didn't. So they get out of their group stage, and then they lose to Nigeria. And then the previous season, this is how the World Cup qualifications went. But obviously it went well enough that they made it in. So that's what's going on there. I'm so mad about this with Locke, but it just seems he's not going to get another shot, which is shocking. Andrew Clooney has disappeared. Chris is still here. Go, Chris. And another, I think this is absolutely shocking to me. Like, maybe it's that he said, like, listen, I've done the Serie C thing, and that's the only place he's getting a chance, but he's supposed to be very ambitious. He's got an ambitious agent. Like, surely somebody, like the Austrian second division, could pick him up. I think he's a great-looking manager. It is unbelievable to me that he's not been picked up. Unbelievable. Unbelievable that this is how we end up. We are down to 3 managers, really 2 managers. Jakob, I mean, that just happened. I'm a little worried about Pekka, and I'm holding out hope that Derek Hansen could get a gig. So we there's a chance it could pop back up to like a great number of managers. I'm a tad worried about that, my friends. But like I said, that's what we're gonna do on this episode. I don't even know how long it's been because I've gotten up 4 different times now because my 3-year-old is losing her mind. But if you enjoyed this, hit the like button. Next episode we will do, because we're down to this many managers, which is a whole lot. We'll do seasons 11 and 12 at bare minimum. So hit that like button. We'll see you next time. Glad to be back making content. See you.